some, our ranks, should I say, thank you, my brother, a certain number of individuals who they do not cherish the Word of God as we do. They have other motives, and we don't know what those motives are. So you and I are supposed to be on point to look out not only for ourselves, but for others as well. Now, this being the Will Clayton Church of Christ, this is December 15th, 2019. We have a message here that we pray that the Lord will guide us in accepting and live each day of our life. It is the power of faith in Christ allows you to battle what you fear most. The power of faith in Christ allows you to battle what you fear most. And as always, this message has to start with, you have to be a member of the church to have the effect in your life. And you have to be deciding in your heart that you want to walk a certain way. If you do that, you're going to be in good shape. And you'll be able to have this apply. Now, a lot of times when we see this, we immediately shift this into the mode of accomplishing physical goals. It's just a habit human beings do, because we lean toward the carnal by choice. We have a thought of, okay, I want to buy a house, I want to finish college, I want to go to high school and complete it. I want to get that job I wanted, I want to get that special car I've always wanted. I want to get that special person in my life. And see, there's nothing wrong with desiring things, but we're talking about a person should want to do spiritual things. I always have this debate going on about people who need to do the work of the Lord in the church. I haven't met hardly any evangelists yet, mid-sized, small, or large congregation, that says every man where we have works and just loves to do the Lord work and love to be a leader. And I just haven't met that person yet. Because you always have a few, some have more, that don't understand. You have to ask God to help you achieve what you want. You can't think you can do it. You can't. Jesus said with man it's impossible. You have to ask God to help you to be a leader, to help you to want to be a leader, to help you to be a leader in the home, in the community, and in the church, on your job. And so if you don't ask God that, ask yourself, why would he give it to you? What would make you and me so special that he would just say, I think I'm going to give it to ABC? Why? Somebody say, well, he made a decision. Yeah, but he don't make a decision for somebody that don't want it. See, he knows deep down inside, Moses will respond if I encourage him. Moses isn't standing in line to do anything. Moses left all the people of God. Going to another whole, Moses is not a Midianite. He goes to another whole people. The girl he like daddy is a priest. My goodness. So there hasn't even been a Levite priesthood created yet. This guy is done with Jerusalem. His thoughts and anything that would lead to that. Salem, the king of Salem, Melchizedek, and all that. Whatever he's heard is done. I'm going to be with these people. I've got another woman. They're not even the same race he is. She's black, dad is black. Or mama was black. Somebody got to be black to produce a black person. Somebody got to be white to produce a white person. Latino. You understand? This how it is, not because the nations are so spread out. You just can't jump up and have genes in you out the blue. So there is a such thing as nations. So this guy says, I'm done with all that, man. I'm going with these people here. And that's what he decided to do. What would be the chances of a guy like that leading the people of God that don't even like him? With God, all things are possible. So you have to understand is that you have to really take seriously and look at what you're doing in life. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. You have to take serious what it is that you want to accomplish for the Lord. See, that's what this is about. Because I can show you, people can tap into their belief in the Lord and have no desire to serve God. Amen. Buddhists accomplish great things. They have great things. They have things older than we have here in America. Muslims accomplish great things. Great things. When a man can build an island. A man built an island. Dubai, y'all built an island. Who can build an island? If you got enough money to carry enough sand, anybody can. He's not a Christian though. That area does not have Christianity as the religion of choice. So how are they accomplishing things? They say, well, God is with everybody that's doing fair trade and practices and business. So that doesn't make you saved. The rich man proves that. Luke 16. This guy is of the people who know about God, but he doesn't make it in. He's faring sumptuously every day. So how do you figure? What we don't do is we don't tap into what makes us great spiritually. We just don't. When you have a fear of people holding you accountable to lead the people of God, do you know you can overcome that fear too? See, that's what we're talking about here. When you have a fear of people holding you accountable to submit yourself to the leaders of God, you can overcome that fear. When you have a fear of people holding you accountable, hear what I'm saying, to being submissive in your house, you know you can overcome that fear. When you have a fear of people holding you accountable to be the leader in your home, I'm not talking about in the church, in your home, do you know you can overcome that fear? But what we're going to talk about now. The problem is, I think we are under the misunderstanding that everybody that is a leader wants to be a leader. Alright, now I need y'all to listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to make sure we don't hold you too long. See, you and I have this perception about people. And so did Elihu and Job. And Elihu did some spiritual calculation. I see why y'all don't know the answer. He said, y'all very old. See, Elihu's strength, they weren't just like 55-year-old seniors. He said, you all are very old. There's a word in that. Okay? Not this American retired early 50s age. You old, man. And you guys don't know what to tell Job. And he old, so he don't know what to tell y'all. He said, and I thought with age the wisdom came. This thought that God gave. He said, but I realized there's a spirit in the man. See, the wrinkles on the face and the bent over back is not how the spirit is. The spirit inside is alive. It's either righteous or crazy. And so he says, the Almighty has to give the spirit in the man that power. And so sometimes we look at leaders and we just automatically hit the approval button that this person can do the job. But they can't. Sometimes they just can't. And it breaks our heart. It's a letdown for us. When we go, I don't understand. But that's because momentarily, and I forgot, that it is God that gives the spirit of the man the strength to do that. And the first thing on the list is the spirit of the man must be in agreement with that. I'm not talking about the desire like these crooks teach where, nobody wants to be. No, because nobody really wants to get baptized. You want to know the truth about it. When they first hear it, it's like he just jump. Very rarely you find it. But you talk them into it. The word is persuade. But what we don't do is persuade men to lead. And sometimes, not in all cases, we do. Sometimes they reject. What you have to understand is that says something about the person, brethren. And you have to accept that. Why? Because you will begin to think in your mind that nobody can do the job. And when you start thinking nobody can do the job, or no one wants the job, guess who you take off the list first? You. You get your eraser and start erasing your name. Blow the erasing rubber away. Because you think, because the person you had in your mind, that they were so bright and shining, and they have Schwarzenegger spiritual muscles, and the speed of lightning to run to go do the work of God, they do have all that. Here's the problem. It isn't just they don't have a desire. Let me share something with you. The word apt is a key word. You have to have the ability to withstand criticism, because you will be criticized. And you will be criticized in many cases, more than not unfairly. That's why James is clear. James 3:1, he's clear. You know, not many be teachers, masters. Because we offend. So you think that means he's saying no, it's not us. When you teach the gospel, man, you got somebody mad. In the church of Christ. In the church of Christ. So everybody can't take those harsh looks and those stiff handshakes and those scoot bys, or you got to tackle a person to say hi. Everybody can't take that. Everybody can't take when they call. You know, most people have some form of call ID, but they won't answer your call. Everybody can't take, if you knock on the door, they may not come to the door. Y'all thought about that? You know, you can knock on some people's door and they won't come to the door. Saints, right? Y'all follow me? Because they know it's you at the door. I'm trying to tell you what I know now. I'm telling you. Everybody can't take that. Everybody can't take prayer, well-developed lesson, ran it by a few people, and the majority of saints reject it. Because it pulls you down. Everybody can't take working with a saint over and over and over for years, serving and a specific saint, and then they tell you, like the young man retired from football, I'm just beat up, man. I mean, I'm gonna knock out early. They blew the whole football world mind when Andrew Luck started. He just said, I'm gonna beat up body, man. I don't want to do this no more. I'm like, what? This guy's a shining star. He has the ability, but he doesn't have the ability to go through what a lot of players go through. Ending of a lot of pain. So he said, I'm going to shut it down now. And this is what causes a person not to want to be a leader. See, you think it just as an evil person and they hate God. It's not. It's just, I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired, man, you know. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what it is. Pray for me. I'm wore out. And you have to understand, you'll look at that and you'll go after a while. When you start getting tired, you'll go like, I want to do what they did. I didn't know you could clock out like this. But let me help you understand something now. God says when I give you something, listen to me, brethren. All men and women, but especially men. When I give you something and you don't use it, the Lord says, I'm taking it back. I hope now listen now, I really need y'all to be with me on this now. I need y'all to understand what I'm talking about. For you, for me, for everybody. When you get something from God, and you use it to make money and do everything but what He told you to do with it, He don't mind you making a little cash with what He gave you. Your way with people, your charismatic approach, sharp dress. They got some guys dressed sharp, man. Their clothes alone speak when they hit the door. Shiny shoes. And it's like, I don't mind you using that to make a little cash and draw some people to you to have a nice retirement life. But when you forgive me, the Lord said, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. And I just don't, I'm thoroughly convinced we don't believe that. And we feel like, well, I've done my work. No. See, you don't retire till the Lord says retire. I don't think we believe that one either. You cannot retire until the Lord says retire. Remember that, brother. Because you're a spiritual being. Just because your body is shook up don't mean your soul is in bad shape. That's one of the things we don't understand. But do you really think God gonna let you keep His jewels and you're not gonna use them for His glory? You're just gonna sit on them and hide them in a napkin? And then at some point you throw in a towel? You know, one of the good things about a message is don't never worry about who it's about. Make sure you get your portion out of it. When you go to Luby's, do you really ask, who's going to eat some strawberry shortcake other than me? Do you really do that? There's got about 12 pieces of hot fish here with the sprinkles on. Anybody else going to eat any? You get your portion and you go sit down and eat, don't you? Don't worry about who should hear anything. Make sure you get your portion. And drink ye all of it. Every drop. Why is it like that? Because God said this is an individual thing. This is you and me. This takes faith between you and me. When Peter stepped on the water, he didn't ask, anybody else coming? Y'all not coming? But then when it got rough, he dropped like a lead weight. He showed you, you thought Peter was it and a bag of chips. The Lord was showing you the message in me. You see how he fell? This guy gonna preach the first minute and he dropped like a boat with steel in it. Because at this point, he doesn't have the ability to hold on all the way till he reaches Jesus. When it gets bad weather. See, I can accept I'm walking on water. I got it. Because he told me I could come. He already gave me the green light. But when the storm hit, for some reason I go, I'm going to sink because I'm already out here on water, which is impossible. But the water getting rough. So your feet start to go up and down. I don't think you know that. You're on top of water. If water goes up, and you all walk up a hill, your feet go up. Your feet don't stay down. And now he's getting nervous. And see, when you look at that, you can't throw a rock at Peter. You have to accept it. He got scared. Great man, great leader. But here he fails. And you have to accept that. The Bible says, the Lord has no pleasure in a man that take his hand off the plow. That don't mean just to lead a church or resign from a post or leave your family. That means to stop doing what you're supposed to be doing while you in the church house. You took your hand off the plow. You like Moses, I can't talk good. God said, who made your mouth, man? Like God done go to Moses. What? You can't? I didn't know that. I made your mouth. But see, remember something. Remember this well. We want to be great in everything but this. I see it all the time. Somebody always want to be the number one quarterback, the top lawyer in Houston. I want to be the best at what I do. Papa taught me that. Except this. Don't want to achieve this. I got to live my life. I got some things I want to do. And this just isn't number one. But let me share something with you. When you open your mouth to counsel, I want you to remember something. There's a God that sits high and looks low. And when you start telling other people what they ought to be doing, guess what he does? While you talking, he'll let you know. You too. I've had it happen before to me. So some people, yeah, and they go like, and man, just like the Lord right there, just like he right there saying, you too. You're like, my goodness. On a whole nother level, on a whole nother thing. But he brings it all together like with David. David didn't know what that story. David had no idea what that story was about. Even when the dude is through, when Nathan is through, when he tells David, "You're the man," bing, it hits. The disciples have no idea that that's Jesus talking to them because God will not let them see him. And when he snaps the bread up and then, Master, no, I'm out. You're not worthy to hug me or call me Master. I'm leaving you. I'll meet with you at another time. You should have expected me to raise up. The story should have been, we went to the grave and we saw him. He lives today. Are you a stranger? You don't know this? Nah. It's the third day besides this. He isn't risen. The Lord said, why would I show myself to you? Why would the Lord show you more than what you know and you're not doing, or I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing with what we got? Why would he do that? With his jewels, the jewels that men in the Old Testament would have died. Jesus said, there were some great prophets that would love to have seen and experienced what you got right now. They running around there looking at him going up on a cloud wondering, is that him? See how disrespectful that is? But we can take this information, get 5 or 6 degrees, taking pictures of the greatest basketball player ever. Take all of them. Guys have scriptures on their arm. Nothing, no weapon formed against me can fight. Well, can't beat him in the church house. Can't whoop him inside church house. But got all kind of tattoos on their arms, some of them. And you have to understand, why is that? Because of this subject that we're talking about, faith. There's a power in faith. And you can battle what you're the most afraid of. Look at 1 John 4. 1 John 4. I remember Brother Arcadia Gonzalez. God bless his soul. Great man of God. Arcadia told us one day in the message, at some point, we're going to have to start believing what we read. Because it's having no effect. At some point, you got to just stop believing what you read in the Bible. Because it's just like eating air. It doesn't mean anything. You cannot live off of air only. So 1 John chapter 4, it says in verse 7, Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God, and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. In this was manifest or made known the love of God toward us. Why? Remember the words we talked about, because that. For they're telling you the answer to the statement prior to, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world. Now that means God made his love known that we might live to him, and that is the desired goal. Herein is love. Not that we love God, that's a fact. See, that's the thing when you're reading the Bible, brethren. We talk about all different things: prophecy, facts, history, warnings, instructions. This is a fact. God loved us. That's what he said. Not we loved him. Now that's a fact. You can say all you want to. No. He loved you first. And sending his Son to be the propitiation. That word means mercy seat for our sin. So this is why the only reason Moses gets mercy for hitting that rock, why he not going to go to hell, by showing him not getting to the promised land, is because Christ is the mercy seat. I said it goes all the way back to the first sin, to the last sin made that God's going to forgive of any man. He says here, verse 11, Beloved, if God so loved us, we ought to also love one another. See, watch this. Fact. So you see, when you say you believe that God loves us, then you ought to love one another. That's how we should be. No man has seen God in any time. Fact. And when you look at that word man, it means nothing. No angel. No matter what Moses saw the back, that's an image. See, you can't see the real God. Christ said, I see him. I'm in the middle of him. Say, but y'all can't. None of y'all. Nothing we made can see God. If we love one another, God dwelleth in us, and his love is perfecting us. So when a person just says, I love you, and they're not a member of the church, they love you, but they don't love God. So if they love God, they would be a member of the church. That's the difference. So in essence, then, they can't really love you, because in this case, it's impossible for you not to love God and love others. But you can lay claim to loving God and not really love others. But God can show you that. You cannot possibly love other people if you don't love God. You don't even have the love in you. It's a ridiculous statement. Hereby know we that we dwell in him and he in us, because he had given us of his Spirit. So that's how the saint knows that we are in him, because his Spirit is in us. He would not have given us his Spirit if he did not plan on putting us in him. Verse 14, and we have seen and do testify that the Father sent the Son to be the Savior of the world. So you can't deal with the Muslim community. You can't deal with the Buddhist, the Sikh community. None of those. Why? Because of the fact that they will not acknowledge God as one Son, Jesus Christ. If you can't accept that, your life is a waste. But God will take the pleasure from you and put you and I in a place of suffering which we call hell. I mean, we're not going to make any excuse. Quit making excuses up for things that are harsh to people. If you don't want to be a teacher, don't teach. Just go to work and die. Because James already said you're going to offend people. When you say this stuff, They're gonna want to. If they could, they would wring your neck. You know, there's some lands where you go and if you preach this, they'll kill you. But what do they gain? Nothing. See, people think that, you know what's the matter with a weak community like the Muslim community? That part that's aggressive and murderous. You know what they're ignorant to understand is you can't kill a Christian. We live forever. Amen. Like you can't kill God, you can't kill us. You sent us on an early vacation. That's why they attack fake Christians more than real. Because we put the fear of God in them with the words we say. We say things that the secular community call themselves Christian can't even explain. They're asking us, what did you mean when you told them that? But if you don't see yourself like that, you're not telling them nothing either. Nor am I. You have to understand your faith in Christ gives you the power. You have to repeat the words of Christ. So he says, verse 15, whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwelleth in him and he in God. So what, if that confession just means saying it, then everybody's saved that says it. No, that can't be it. Because it has to mean the confession is shown also in what you do. You profess it. You can't separate confession and profession. Same statement. I live it. I don't go to the Buddhist temple. I go to the Lord's church on the first day of the week, showing I believe Jesus Christ is the Son of God. I go to the Muslim mosque, as they say he was a good man because he's more than a good man. He's the Son of God. We don't believe that. Well, no one asked you what you believe. Amen. We came to tell you what to believe. But we know inside your heart you know it's true. But see, you got to understand, belief can't be accepted without God inside telling a person they're telling you the truth. Romans 1. Always read. When you think somebody really don't believe in God, and they tell me, man, he just never heard. Just go read Romans 1, please. God says, if I don't tell him who I am before you get to him with your message of encouragement, he'll never be able to accept it because he has to know me. I made him. Verse 16, he said, and we have known and believed that the love of God had to us. God is love. And he that dwelleth in love, dwelleth in God, and God in him. Herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment, because he, as he is, so are we in this world. See, if you're like Christ now, you have the faith like Christ told us to have now, then there's no place to put you but heaven. Because you're on the earth, and you and I and others on the earth are living like him. So as we are in the world, so is he in heaven. When you get to heaven, that's not any different belief system in heaven that you know about now. There's nobody else in heaven that's God but God. So if you believe that now and follow that now, then you'll know that when you get to heaven, it won't be anything different. Herein is our love made perfect. Verse 17, we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world. If this isn't livable, then how can you go to heaven? You know, you got to stay away from people that make you think you cannot be obedient to God. Amen. All day long. That's because they're not. You got some people that got some saints that got some very ungodly stuff in their heart. Baby, we sin all day. If you just think of sin, who said anybody would think of sin but you? Everybody don't think evil. Some people think everybody lies. Maybe everybody lies a little bit. Maybe you lie. See, stay away from people like that. Well, I mean, you may have to be in close proximity to them, but stay away from them in communion with them. Accepting that. That's a raggedy walk. Verse 18. That is, now watch this, no fear in love. That would be the love of God. But perfect or complete, mature love casts out fear. So, watch this. It's like a pot, okay? There's no poison in a pot. But perfection and filtering can filter out if there is a poison in there. So the Lord has a message here. He says, our love, if it's perfected, can cast out fear. Showing you in case fear hits your heart like it hit Peter, it can be casted out. Why? Because fear has torment. It torments you. It constantly makes you think you can't accomplish what you're supposed to. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We're not talking about the fear of spiders. Listen. You could hate the guts of every spider you see and stomp every one. You will not go to hell for it. Believe that. You won't. You won't go to hell for jumping out the middle of the bed. Man, I thought a spider was on me. Because I said, girl, you won't go to hell. Nobody, no. That's a phobia. That's a foolish phobia. I'm not saying it's not really, just foolish. You're not going to go to heaven or hell because you do not fear spiders. I don't fear spiders. I trust the Lord. You're not going to heaven because you're not scared of spiders. But when you fear doing work God has set you up to do, you're in trouble. See, because that's the parable of the talents. He said, why would I let you keep this in a napkin? Give it back. And he didn't give it to the one that had less. He gave it to the one that had the most. Because that's what he does. He will take it from you and give to one that already was light years ahead of you. Because he knows he's going to use it. She's going to use it. And you're not. I don't want you to have what I give. So what did he tell the whole church in Revelation that was lacking? He said, hold on to that. That remain while it remains. I'm going to send you some help. Because he said, you better hold on to a little bit you got left. If you still haven't brought in instruments, and you hold on, you got a whole bunch of shakers, you better try to hold on to what you still got, and someone can possibly help you. Because what he's saying is, I'm going to take that. Why? Because he says you don't deserve it. Do you know that in the Hebrew letter chapter 11, it says that the world, all of the people on the earth, were not even worthy to be associated with the Jewish nation. They weren't. The Jews that they killed, the Bible says, they weren't even worthy of them. Now that should tell you very plainly how God feels about the saved versus the lost. He says they're not worthy. They're not worthy for you to serve a saint with food or help a saint out, although you get a prophet's reward, the Bible says, you're still not worthy. You're not worthy to be associated with the saint if you're not a saint. Because why it says that's nothing you guys have in common. And then so when a saint tries to share with you life everlasting, you reject it. He said that's why you're not worthy. Knowing that you were not safe nor worthy of them, they still reached out and tried to serve you, and then you killed them like Paul. Kill the man, kill the guy. And the Roman government, not this government, not any government, is even worthy to hear that message. But God says, I want you to hustle up, go before Caesar. Yeah, that beast, and tell him about me. Don't cost you your life. That's all right. You think Paul is in paradise sad? You really think he's sad because they didn't hear his message? Oh, saints, you don't know what you got if you think that. He says, we love him because he first loved us. That's all. See, that's the only reason you love God, because he loved you first. The only reason I'm behind this pulpit and saying anything good is because I know for a fact he loved me first. So don't give yourself a pat on the back before you lose that arm in hell. You didn't care nothing about God till he came up and told you and me, hey, look at how you look. I can fix you. So don't go around lying. You didn't care nothing about it. The prayer you prayed, you was praying to get something you needed. If it wasn't, you'd have been doing what he said. So was I. And the Lord sent someone to get you. That's why it's a privilege and a blessing. So you have the utmost responsibility to do your job. Me too. Hey, yes, it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. You know, truth is all around us. You know, that's the guy, New England Patriots. A lot of people don't like. Well, you know, they win all the time. The guys are saying, do your job. Now, you don't get mad at them all day, say they cheat, whatever. They whooping everybody. More rings and he has one thing he says, do your job. And one day they lost and he said, I always say do your job. And you know what he said? He said, and this time I didn't do mine. I said, whoa, that guy got it. That's a leader. Well, a football. Well, that's what you got. He been telling you your job. Before the world, he says, I didn't do mine. Now, you got to love a guy like that. Play till your leg get broke for a guy like that. Because he owns up. See, when you don't own up to the fact of just say the truth, I'm just scared to do this work. Say the truth. I'm going to back up on the block because I'm scared. Don't try to. If you come up with a list as big as the Bible of excuses, everybody know that Lord Jesus, he's scared. He's scared. Now when you can do that, let me tell you the trick. The move that you put on the devil. Like these football players go left and the guy fall. They show that poor guy falling all week long. His numbers as big as your chest, and he's mad, but he shouldn't have failed for the move. That's how you do the devil. You know how you do him like this? You tell the Lord, I am afraid to do this job because I don't think I can. You just like Moses. Tell the Lord the truth. I told the Lord, I don't think I can do it. So that's why I don't want to be no Bible teacher, Lord. I mean, I can't do it. I don't think I'm able to do this. And that's how you do it. When you play with God, it'll leave you sitting right where you at in life. So you can't play with God. You know, you can't lie to God. You can't trick Him. You can't deceive Him. He already knows what you're thinking before He made. You know, there's no thought that you have not a God did not know you would have thought at the time you thought. There's no knowledge that's beyond. He doesn't think of something. So when you tell the truth, I'm scared, God. Don't come up with nothing. I'm scared. Because everybody in heaven and the wise saints know you're scared. Oh, it's not that. It is that. It is that. Because, well, God can't do it. So if you just say, I don't want to, what does that say about you? So if you saw a guy on the street laying down bleeding, you say, I'm not scared. Go pick him up with the blood. I just don't want to help him. So you people are like, what's wrong with you? You scared. Be honest. And then God can lift you up. How's this transferring to the home? You scared to submit to your husband. You know why? Because you fear God will not have your back if He ganks you. That's what you scared of. That's why you got money in a book hidden somewhere. You know, in case I get thrown out, I have somewhere. You scared. That's why. You scared. And because you got that money in that book, you act a fool every now and then. Yeah, you do. And we're gonna have a wonderful meeting next year for all the men only. A wonderful meeting. Yeah, and it's gonna be put on the internet, so you sisters can listen to it. But it will be wonderfully done by God's word. Because people have to understand what's wrong in life. They have to comprehend what the problem is. You scared to make certain decisions in your house because you feel God not gonna have your back. That's why you won't. And you can say, well, it don't matter to me, but you scared. It's a fear. It's not a phobia of fear to drive fast. You are afraid that if you tell your wife certain things, you're going to be ganked and God not going to be with you. And you will be mocked by all. You don't have a wife no more. I say, yeah, you can't tell me. Because see, I'm a gospel teacher. And this is what I do for my life. It has nothing to do with money. And I can read my answers. And that's the separation between those that stay and fight for God and those that do not fight for God. I'm not talking about leaving anything. I'm talking about doing your job in the church. And no one should be offended in the sense because I'm calling them by name and saying, I could be only talking about me. So that's what's wrong with people that think. He told me, hey, no, I'm not talking about me. See, that's what's wrong with poor judgment. Don't judge. Just listen. Take your portion and drink ye all of it. You'll be okay. So he says here, if a man say, I love God and hate his brother, he's a liar. Fact. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he had seen, how can he love God, whom he had not seen? I remember one time, Brother Carr told us about a brother that said, after much deliberation, you know, you need to forgive and you need to let him. He said, I'm not. Well, that's him. So you don't have to say, you don't love God anymore. I don't go, oh, you're a lie. You read the scripture. He is a lie. That will be you. Thou art the man, just like Nathan. You tell him, I'm your Nathan, and you David. Because you can't have both. Then that means, please, saints, let's throw the book away and go do something else, or at least just use it to make money with, like everybody else is doing. He says, and this commandment have we from him. So now it becomes a command. I always like to ask people this. That he who loveth God, love his brother also. Do you know, as a husband in your home, if you don't love your wife, especially if your sister in Christ, you know you're going to hell, right? And let me explain what I mean. Look, I'm talking about no tumultuous marriage where you get a divorce. You still love them as your brother or sister. I'm saying, when you're talking about you in the marriage and you can't love them, you know you're going to hell, right? See, it looks good to the rest of us. They stay married, and you couldn't stand her guts. I hate the ground she walked. Oh, that death would take me now. That stuff, you're not going to make it to heaven. Same way with a woman, I hate his guts. And you come in church, you pray for me. No. This doesn't mean that doesn't apply to everybody. It does apply. I hate my parents. I hate them. I hate you. I can't wait till I get out. I wish I was dead. And you love Jesus. Singing in choir. Oh, come on. Man, sit down, child. You're nothing but a little liar. You don't love your mom and dad. You can't love God. You can't. Are they touching you? Are they beating you? And you have done nothing wrong? No, you're a liar. See, this is so you have no faith in Christ. And so your fear as a child in a home out the home of respecting your father and mother is what's going to keep you out of heaven. You want to accomplish your goal because you fear if I do what they say, they're going to try to run my life. They're going to try to run my life. I'm grown now. You hear that all the time, There was a song put out, made a bunch of money. I make my own decisions. That's true. And when you fall, you need to get up by yourself too. See? Some people believe that you don't owe your parents anything because they fed you and raised you. Let me share something with you. I want to share something with you. That's how you die lost. See, do you know whose idea it was to say, repay back your parents? God. 1 Timothy 5, he told Paul, tell Timothy to tell everybody, young and old, you owe them. So you got a problem with God. Because some people say, well, that's what you're supposed to do if you plan on going to heaven. I don't think you understand how the system works. If I drown you at 2, you're just dead, right? Okay, so you don't exist anymore on the earth, right? Okay. So if I didn't drown you at 2, be thankful. If I lock you up in a closet and never feed you, and you just die of starvation, and then bring you out later and try to fatten you up, knowing you're going to drop dead, I got rid of you. But if I fed you all the way through, gave you medicine, I did what God asked me to do. But you have to understand that only benefits the person that they will be blessed by the Lord for doing that. But it blesses you to have opportunity to see what to do right, which they didn't have to show you. And it also blesses you the opportunity to serve them and get your extended life blessing that commandment said you would get, and have good days. So you got someone to exercise that on. Because you understand that was only given to those who are like a parent to you. See, if you do that to your best friend, they're not a parent. You see, that was given to father and mother image, father and mother inside an orphanage. If you do right with them, extended life and good days. That's the promise of God, and He never lies. So consider yourself blessed to have anyone that's like a parent that put themselves in a position where you could reach out and love them and have a reason to. Consider yourself blessed too. That was your blessing there. See, that's what's wrong with us. We take for granted. That's the one thing God said. You know what that displays? A mentality of being unthankful. That's what the Lord told them when they got to the land. Said, "Get to my land. Don't forget me." God said of Himself, "Don't forget me." He said, "Because when you see these nice houses and nice things and all this stuff you got," He said, "remain thankful and don't forget me, because I put you there. I put you." You know, all the animals as they were progressing to take over each property. You know, those animals could have got all kind of diseases and died. Just drop dead. That's why the Lord said we got to do it in succession. He said, because I just can't let you run through there. So He killed everybody. He said, you got to get people in the land. They get the different spot. Somebody got to look out for the animals, man. They got to take care of them. They're going to need medicine and stuff. So, I'm progressing you along. He said that. So what's going to happen to all this? I'm trying to give you this stuff, but don't forget me. What they do when they got there? They forgot Him. Listen. You cannot battle in fear. Look at Deuteronomy 20 and 8. Deuteronomy 20. You can't battle in fear, saints. Scary folk don't fight good. Just can't battle in fear. You gotta get rid of fear. Deuteronomy 28, and the officers shall speak further to people, and they shall say, what man is that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return to his house. Let him go home. Isn't that? That's his brethren heartfelt as well as his heart. So what's the Lord say? Scare people, get them out the army. See, sometimes you have to understand something, saints, is that God does the work. Gideon didn't know who to get rid of. God did. God did. God said, okay, now, there's certain people got to have wisdom. You take them down in the water, let them drink. You still got too many. Gideon doesn't know. God knows who needs to be weeded, separated in the whole kingdom of God. I'm talking about all over the earth. He knows that, and he does that work. Take a person of faith with you when you fear. Look at Judges 4. So when you've been given a task and you are afraid, and it starts to creep in like Peter sinking in the water, take somebody with you who is of faith. Don't take somebody scary like you. Take somebody with you. Judges 4:9. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey thou takest shall not be for thine honor. For the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah rose and went with Barak to Kadesh. Why? Because of verse 8. And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go. So don't tell the sisters, if your husband is scared, don't beat him up. Go with him. So, I was thinking about, I wanted to ask to put my name in hat for some of the next positions coming up for leaders, teaching class and stuff, but kind of nervous, just go up there and tell them, will you go with me? Don't go with me. You less than a man. Okay, don't even go, baby, because you too scared. See, you didn't do what Deborah did. You didn't do what Deborah did. Isn't that amazing? Wow. I wonder if we knew that was in the Bible. Take inventory on why you should not fear. Christ is with you on your journey. Look at Mark chapter 4 and verse 35. So, I often wonder, when you look at these scriptures, you have to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself, man, you got to do this. You got to talk to yourself. Always expecting other people to encourage you. Encourage yourself like David did. They wanted to kill him. He encouraged himself in the Lord. Asked the Lord, can we go do this? Nobody was with David. They were grabbing rocks. Let's kill this guy. He costs us our family. You can't always help other people. At some point, you got to strengthen yourself. Say, Lord, be with me in this. Mark 4 and 35. And the same day, when the evening was coming, he said to them, let us pass over to the other side. This is Jesus telling them. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in a ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ships, so that it was not full. I don't know if you've ever been on a boat, man. When it get full of water, see, you're not on no little lake fishing, waiting. It's time to drown. There's a storm. You can't swim in a storm. You drown. I don't care who you are. The waves go over you, and they push you like a man's hand, and then you get weary, treading the water, and you drown. And he was in the hinder part of the ship. He in the back of the ship, asleep on a pillow. Y'all see that? That's good sleep. And they awake him and say, Master, curse us not that we perish. And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, why are you so fearful? Yeah, you may have thought, here you go, I'm sorry I fell asleep on y'all. Ask my father to forgive me. Please. Why are you so afraid? You have to ask yourself, what are you so afraid of? And then, people are sick of having the reason, because this is happening. And that they had the same story. Lord, because the boat is full of water. And the way he said, what are you so afraid of? I already know I'm in the boat. I know it's full of water. And I can see the storm. I'm the one told to stop. I want to know why you're so afraid. So you're telling me, Jesus, if my boat is full of water, and there's a storm outside about to demolish the boat, I'm not supposed to be fearful? Yes, that's exactly what he's saying. Now, how many of us are going to do that one? And how is it that you have no faith? Two things. You scary and you don't have the strength to do a Gideon, take somebody with me. Take somebody with me like Barak. You have no faith even to do that. You know, he told them that before. When they couldn't cast out the demon. He said, that's because you don't have enough faith. You could have fasted and prayed, but you didn't do that one either. Because why? People that don't have faith, they're not going to miss no meal and pray. They don't have faith. Always got an answer. Always telling everybody else what the issue is. And can't look in this mirror and just see. Well, here's something I can work on. I didn't realize my collar was messed up here. Spiritual collar. And they feared exceedingly and said one to another, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? You must step out on faith and reject fear when it tries to enter your heart. This is the pattern. Matthew 14. This is the pattern, saints. You're reading the answers. Sometimes even reading the answers is not good enough for some folks. Matthew 14:22. And straightway Jesus constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him on the other side while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitude away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed away. There come another storm, for the wind was contrary. And the fourth watch, oh my goodness, the fourth watch. That's the worst watch, y'all. That's the worst watch, the fourth watch. That's the worst watch. That's the one before the sun come up. There is no hope of sunlight in the middle from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. It's dark. It always gets the coldest then. It's bad. Worst time. And Jesus went unto them walking on the sea. And the disciples saw him on the sea, they were troubled, saying, it is a spirit. And they cried out of fear. See, that's like middle of the night, last watch, man. No sun up, bad weather, tearing the boat up. And here come a ghost, help us. See, we're sitting here reading this, and nice building, suits on and clothes, ready to go eat in a little while. These guys have lost it, man. This is you and me when we're in the midst of our storm. In the middle of the night. And then here comes something even scarier, a ghost. Something we didn't expect. Why would they say it was a ghost? Because don't nobody walk on water. It's got to be a spirit. Spirits can walk on anything. That's how they feel. But straightway Jesus spake unto them, saying, be of good cheer. It is I, be not afraid. So as he come, he know it's scary. Oh, it's me. It's me. You know it's bad. Is bad, bad, bad when you think Jesus is your enemy. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Man, you're in bad. These guys in bad shape. This is bad. When the only hope you got is seen as enemy, like ghosts. Here come your helper, the saint, with Christ in them, trying to tell us right. They're talking about me. They put me down. They judging me. They don't know what I've been through.
Amen.
And here comes Jesus and them telling you. I tell you, fear not, I'm coming to bring you good tidings. And Peter answered and said, Lord, if it be thou, he didn't say bid us, bid me. I'm telling the only water. See, Peter, no, it's a single thing. A single thing. It says, you, Lord, bid me to come on the water. Why did he say us? It's a personal walk. It's a personal walk. If he gonna step out on the water, it wouldn't have been no problem for them because of he went out there. We could do it too. Peter is a guy that stepped out a lot, fearless, and that's a good thing. But here's the problem: to reach Christ, you got to maintain that feeling all the way. He was supposed to go there with the water going up and down and stand right there with Jesus and talk about whatever they want to talk about. Now let's both go to the boat while the water kicking us up and down with water. But he couldn't do it. And see, now you know what you and I sometimes want to do? Well, you know that's asking too much of a man. Well, let's see if Jesus is asking too much. When you say, I want to come out there and be with you, let's see if it's asking too much for you to walk just like him. We're going to kill this mess today. This foolishness about being fearful to do the work of God, we're going to knock this mess out the park. I want you to see what Jesus is going to tell him. If it's so hard to walk on water, to walk on your problem, to see the fear, your boy is not asking to go, and only you and Jesus. Let's see if it's too hard. Now, if he says it's too hard, then we'll leave everybody. We'll leave ourselves alone. Let's just have cupcakes and have a good time. Let's see what he said. He said, come. When Peter was come down out of the ship, they got to come out the ship into the water, man. They're already scared because the boat about to get towed up. Notice one, God didn't let the boat get towed up, saints. He didn't let it. What you worried about? The ship not going to get towed up. Think Zion is over because something goes wrong. He walked on water to go to Jesus. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. When he saw, he was supposed to see the wind boisterous, but no, it's all good. But then he begins to sink when he fears. It's not, listen to me, saints, it's not the problem. It's you. It's me. It didn't say, and when he saw the wind was boisterous, he dropped. No, when he saw the wind was boisterous, he got scared. That's what the text says. And beginning to sink is simultaneous. Fear, failure. It's like this. Fear, failure. You fear, don't think failure not coming now. Don't go fear and fearless. No, fear, failure. Nah. They're like a couple. And he says, he cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, don't worry about it. It's not your fault you scared. Time for the invitation, right? That's not in your Bible. Isn't that amazing that is not in anybody's Bible in any translation? You ever wondered about that? Criticism. As immediate rescue came, criticism came. Oh, thou little faith. Wherefore this thou doubt. Look at the immediate. Can I come unto you if it's you? Come. Fall. Bad weather. Afraid. Drop like a lead weight. Immediately rescue. Lift up. Immediately rebuke. What you so scared of, man? Someone tried to say, well, they hadn't seen him. Look, man, if Jesus thought they had to wait to see him resurrect to not say this, he would have waited. Is it time to throw rocks at Peter? No, me and you, Peter. Until you decide you're not going to be Peter no more. You're going to see when. You're going to see relatives talking crazy to you in the house, at the house. People on the job, in the church, talking crazy to you about what's going to happen to you. And you drop like a lead. Lord help me. When he reach down and get you. Because there comes a time when the Lord get tired of immediately reaching. And that's the end. I'm done. I'm tired. You're too scared to be saved. This one's salvageable. As soon as he lift you up, you can take it to the bank. It's going to hit your heart. I shouldn't have got scared. I've been there, saints. God knows I wish I hadn't never gone, but I've been there. And I'm telling you, I learned. Take your chance with Jesus every time because you win every time. I'm telling you what I know. Take your chance with man. I promise and I guarantee you, as a teacher of God's word, you're going to fail. I promise you will. God is guaranteeing you're going to fail. He's not finding the information. He says, why did you doubt? And they were coming to the sea, the sea, when they were coming to the ship, the wind sea. Now look, now look, y'all see, y'all understand what's going on now. He's lifted up Peter. Do you understand now? Listen to me, saints. They walked to the ship. I think we forget that part. I think Jesus carried him like a baby. All he did was stick his hand out and lifted him up. Told him, why are you so scared? Why you doubt? Let's walk back to the ship. I'd like to see somebody tell me I'm wrong. I want to meet you. They was walking on water. But Jesus had to rebuke him. If you want to walk in me, you better act like you got some sense. Scary self running up here. Let's go. And when they get to the ship, the others were too scared to even get out the boat. They may have said, I don't have a desire to walk on. Yeah, you do. You scared. You scared. That's why I started telling you scared. You scared to walk on the water. And then, but watch this. You scared because the weather's still bad. Oh, it's not a ghost. But it's still the same type of weather that you were scared of when you liked to drive before with him sleeping on the boat. But when he and Peter hit the boat, it gets calm. Why? Because of Peter? Because of Peter's faith? Because Jesus is on the boat. There's nothing wrong with the boat. Watch what happens. It's the weather around the boat that calms down. All your enemies, trouble, boisterous, high-minded statements, you gonna fail, you not don't make it, God not, and all that becomes quiet. Wasn't nothing wrong in the boat, but fear. But the trouble was coming from outside the boat. This is God. Then they that were in the ship came and worshipped him, saying of a truth, thou art the Son of God. I said, okay, man, it's it. It's it. I see these guys are walking to the water, on the water, to the boat. And when they start on the boat, it's God. This is God's Son. Is that enough? No, because they're going to look at him on a cloud and wonder if it's even him. See, the words are good. But they got to last all the way till you get to the judgment, brethren. You got to get rid of your fear. It's keeping you back. It's keeping you from achieving what you need to do to sustain your faith. Look at Psalm 42. Almost done, Psalm 42. Man, if we could just get people to understand this. We can do it in everything but religion. You see, man, mother of 4, she raised the kids and she got a degree. She worked at night. No one knew how she could do it. And can't pay that girl to go to church. Can't pay that girl to go to church. You couldn't put a shotgun on her and get her to go to church. Everything else done. Why? I used this book. God did it for me. I want you to go to church. Well, I'm going through some things. Your man keeping you from church? You know how many men keep women from going to church? You don't think a man can keep you from going to church? You don't think a woman can keep you from going to church? You better ask Solomon. Keep you from, how you going to the wrong church too? Psalm 42. Listen to verse 11. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. Who's that? That is the psalmist writing, I got to say this to me. This is his song. He's saying, and when you sing, you're saying it to you. You're telling your soul, hey man, relax. You're telling your soul, stand down. You're getting on nerves. Stand down. You're asking yourself, why are you so scared, man? I told you got to reach a point where you got to tell you. Because everybody else on the boat scared too. See, why are you so scared, man? Trust in God. I'm going to keep trusting in God. You say, is this a crazy man? This is what the Lord is telling you to do. You better quit. Listen to these evil people on earth. You better learn to talk to yourself. What's wrong with you? Why are you so scared? Why you didn't do that? Well, fix this, man. I'm praising God. There's no two mentalities there. You're telling the soul within you because the Lord is going to tell you why. Look at Luke 21. We're done. That's our last one. Luke 21. Luke 21 and verse number 17. You better learn to talk to yourself, saints. I'm sure going to learn. I'm going to learn with you. 21:17. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Ouch, my goodness. But that shall not have your head perish. Well, why about so scared? Because it looked like you're finna go under. So you have to believe this. In your patience, possess you your souls. In your patience, possess you your souls. My goodness. If you're here not a member of the church, you got to recognize you need to be baptized now. If you listen to the message, there's a triangle at the bottom of the caption of the exact title of the message. Press it. Call one of those numbers. Call till you reach somebody live. Leave a message. And we will show you who you need to go to get baptized. No matter where you live. No matter whether we can even speak the same language. God is a master of all things. We'll find someone who talks ours and yours, and you will get baptized, and you will have a congregation to go and worship in. But if you're here, you need to be baptized. You stay standing when we sit down. Why is that? Because let me tell you something. First, nobody can die for you. That's the first thing you need to understand. Nobody. Christ already died for you, and that's it. So you have to tap into what his instructions are. Secondly, only you can obey for you. Nobody can pray. Your mama can't pray for you. Your daddy can't pray for you. Your husband can't pray for you. Your wife can't pray for you. Your sister, your brother, cousin, uncle, grandpa can't pray for you. Lord, oh, let them in, Father, that they may see. Man, God is not going to even let you in if you do not obey him. You can't pray anybody in heaven. So if we can understand that and recognize in our heart at this point that God is with us, he will lift us up high. You have to acknowledge Jesus died, was buried, on the third day, rose again. 1 Corinthians 15, 1-4. You have to acknowledge in your heart that you are lost and not saved. Acts 19, 1-5 will explain. If you are baptized by someone using instruments, women praising, dancing, and women preaching, and names that don't even apply to everything but Jesus, mountains and rivers and lakes, Christ getting no glory at all, denominational tactics, tithing, all that list of garbage, you're not safe yet. Dipping in water doesn't save. The teacher must be of God. The message must be of God. The method must be of God. Acts 19, 1-5 will show you why you're lost. You hear the gospel. Jesus said, he that believes and is baptized shall be saved. Mark 16 and 16. He that believes not shall be damned. Acts chapter 2. He's preaching to the nation that is saved and anybody else that wants to hear that day. In Acts 2:37, the people want to say, men and brothers, what shall we do? And in verse 38, Peter says, repent and be baptized, every one of you, in the name of Jesus Christ, for the remission of sins, and you shall receive the gift of the Holy Ghost, for the promise is unto you, and to your children, and to all that are far off, even as men as the Lord our God shall call. Remember the word that he testified and encouraged, save yourself, because they were lost from this untoward, crooked generation. Then they that glad receive his word were baptized, the same thing. About 3,000 souls added unto them. And they continued steadfast in the apostle doctrine and the fellowship to walk in the light as Christ is in the light. 1 John chapter 1. The breaking of bread and prayers on the Lord, Acts 2:47, added to the church daily, such as should be saved. See, the Lord told me he should be saved. He had you. Not man, not the deacon board voting on you. There's no waiting at the mourner's bench. This is man-made nonsense. Except that the eunuch in his great power and finesse in Acts 8 still doesn't say. He's studying the Bible, but you need a guide. Romans chapter 10. The guide is sent in Philip. He explains Isaiah 53, and then he brings in the New Testament to his heart. And by the time he gets to the water, he says, see his water with him, let me to be baptized. He said, if you believe with all your heart, you may say, I believe Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And he stops the chair and he baptizes him. And he's saved. And rejoicing begins. It falls in line, that explanation from 1 Corinthians 12:13. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether Jew or Gentile, bond or free, and have all been made to drink into one Spirit. Scriptures are clear. It saves. 1 Peter 3:21-22. The like figure one to even baptism also now save us, not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but the answer of a good conscience toward God by the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who was gone to heaven, the angels, authorities, and powers being made subject unto him. You know, we get excited. People say, who will speak against the word of God? The prophet says, little mouth saying great things against the word of God. Baptism doesn't save. Baptism doesn't save. That's what he says. That's a little mouth saying great things against the Most High God. That's all right, though. That's all right. God says there's a place for it. Like James said, I'm going to put that tongue in hell and set it on fire for what it has set on fire. God can either be sweet as candy or as mean as fire on chaff. You pick, you actually tell God how you want him to approach you by your obedience. It can be sweet as honey, or it can be something you couldn't even imagine could exist in your life. You make the choice. The Lord said clearly, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, Revelation 2:10. He said, be thou faithful unto death, receive everlasting life. You can have that. If you want to take your walk serious, cast out fear that your love may be perfect. Because perfect love casts out fear. If you need to be baptized, stay standing when we sit down. If you need prayer, come now together, we stand and sing Heaven's Invitation. Amen. And tenderly Jesus is
calling for you and for me. See on the portal he's waiting and watching for you and for me. Come home. Tenderly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling. Oh,